that gets me into my next point, that FOMO has become so much less of a thing for me than it used to be. You know, when I was gaming primarily on console, or 50-50 even, FOMO was just like, I had such a problem with wanting to get the next latest, biggest game and play it and be part of the conversation and so on and so forth. And that's not to say that I never buy games when they launch, because I still do. But the great thing is that it's so much easier for me to just wait to buy a game now than it used to be. Unless I'm like, I want to play this right now, like I just really, really want to play it. A lot of times I can just say, you know, I'm in the middle of another game. I'm still really enjoying myself. And, you know, even when I finish this, it's like, well, that makes me want to play the next game. Like with the Darksiders series, when I get back to Darksiders 2, I'm probably going to play Darksiders 3 right after that, and then Darksiders Genesis right after that. And, I mean, you know, Darksiders 4 is coming at some point. But all of that being said, we just have so many game options on PC. It's insane. Even, I mean, not even just counting new games, because there's new games, there's old games. You know, there's a whole lot of old games that I have never played. Games that I wanted to play back in the day, but I didn't have the hardware at the time, or I just never got around to it. You know, like, I just got into the Metal Gear Solid series starting in 2020. Actually, yeah, it was 2020. I played the first Metal Gear Solid game on the Vita and ended up absolutely loving it. And then when I finally got around to, in 2023, starting the rest of the series, I played 2 and 3 and Peace Walker and 4 and 5, both Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain and Revengeance. I played all of those games in a short period of time, and I had phenomenal experiences with these games. And especially the ones that I played on Steam Deck, because like Metal Gear Solid 5, I could run, well, those and Revengeance, I could run on the Steam Deck at a locked 60 FPS the entire time. And I just had such an amazing time playing that game. Or like last year, I got into Devil May Cry. And I've never played the Devil May Cry series. And even though the Devil May Cry HD collection is listed as unsupported on the Steam Deck, it actually runs perfectly. You don't even have to change compatibility. You literally just launch the game and you can play the games. It doesn't have cloud saves, but, you know, that's a small thing. It's easy enough to transfer saves over, all of that. And, you know, like, and then, you know, like I got into Darksiders earlier this year, or I got into Dark Souls last year. Like, I had started getting into Souls stuff a little bit after Elden Ring came out. You know, like, I got really into Elden Ring, and then I ended up grabbing Dark Souls Remastered on the Switch, and played it for a bit there, and then once the Steam Deck came out, I went back to Elden Ring, and then I eventually fell off of that, and then I ended up finally buying and deciding to just start over with Dark Souls on the Steam Deck, and ended up completely falling in love with the series, and playing all of that twice. Then playing Dark Souls 3 right after that. And then earlier this year, after I got it for Christmas, I played through Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. And it's just because of all of the freedom we have in terms of the choices and everything else, it is so much easier to not have FOMO when it comes to these new games coming out. Now, there are some cases where I have went ahead and just bought a game day one recently, like Oblivion Remastered, which I didn't even play very much of, even though I really enjoyed it. But Expedition 33 was honestly one of the best games I've ever played, and I'm so glad that I gave into FOMO on that one. Plus, I mean, I got it 20% off in the launch week, and that's just one of the great things on PC gaming.